Today's podcast is presented by PodGo. PodGo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from PodGo. I recently joined as a member, and you can too. Apply today to become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co. And when they ask you how you heard about them, tell them you heard about them from Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC.
The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No, please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So Oz, this week, not only will we be discussing Hamilton and the old guard, but we will have this wonderful background noise the entire show. What are your thoughts? It's gonna be a hell of a show.
I can barely hear you. Are you like in the safari or like is there a giant fly attacking you? But anyway, we're gonna power through this show.
I'm in my garage. Everyone, my wonderful and beautiful wife is sleeping, and so is my wonderful and beautiful child. And I don't know which one would be worse if I woke them up. So I'm just gonna come to the garage.
You ain't got no AC in your garage, bro?
I got a nice fan.
Nice is a objective word, but you have a fan. I can definitely hear that.
I got a fan, so I might be going in and out trying to tune this fan out. So just wanted to put that out there. Early.
Do you have a giant leaf that might work too?
All right. So we are going to be discussing Hamilton and the Old Guard. Two very different pieces of art. I think it's fair to clarify both as that. Oz, between the two, which one did you enjoy more, Hamilton or Old Guard?
Well, that's pretty tough because they both have a lot in common. Actually, there are similarities with both. Just one that comes off the back of my head is the similarity between the Old Guard, Hamilton, and your garage. There was no AC during the period of Hamilton. At certain points in the Old Guard's history, there was no AC, and at your house, there's no AC. So yeah, okay, that's it. I had to get it in. I had to get that in.
No, it's fine. Listen, I am fully prepared to take the wrath for this one. I what can I
do? Man, I'm gonna say it, dude. You had told me how much you loved Hamilton, and I was like, man, well, because if you said it, then it's usually some pretty good advice. And so I was like, all right, hold up. And so, yeah, I'm going to say flat out, although I appreciated the old guard and definitely dug it and can't wait for what's coming next, Hamilton was awesome.
Yeah, Hamilton was that deal. I agree with you. Hamilton was for me the better of the two. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the old guard. There were. I don't think I enjoyed it quite as much as some people did. Maybe even probably even in you included. But
yeah.
To me, Old Guard had some flaws to it, and we'll get to that when we get to our spoiler discussion. I want to keep this early part before we set the table. While we're getting the appetizers and stuff and laying the dishes out, I want to, I want to make sure that we keep this non-spoiler.
Yeah.
So Oz, as we do in our ranking scale, we're going to rank these movies, and our ranking scale goes. The very tippy top is as good as it can get. It's the Iris West, the wonderful Iris West.
We are.
And as always, one of the greatest lines in comic book TV history. So there's that.
Yes,
that's the top. That's a great movie. Fantastic. If you want to make it even better, there's the Infinity Gauntlet you can add to it.
That's the pinnacle.
The pinnacle. Yeah, I like that word better. And then after that, we got the MGK. It's a solid 6,
which stands for Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm sure that everyone knows what MGK stands for.
Well, maybe not, but do we know why we say MGK gets a 6?
I'm sure they know that too. But you can go and tell them, Oz. Let them know.
Well, I'll let you know because this dude was on a talk show.
The Breakfast Club.
Look, I'm old. He's on the Breakfast Club, a talk show. When he had a chance to boost up his sales, get mad street cred, because he was going against white boy versus white boy. He was going against Eminem. He could have took the crown off this dude's head. Said Eminem, get off the throne. So when asked by Charlemagne the God, when asked, hey, what would you give this record song that Eminem did about you? What would you give it? And I'm old school. In the old school days, I'd been like, yeah, I'll give that about a -4,000. Or say something like, yo, I don't know, I never heard, I didn't listen to it. This cat said, yeah, I give it a solid 6. I was like, what? So I was like, wow.
There's that, and then after that, then we have, we have the Guardian. No, I'm sorry. We have Jar Jar Binks. I'm sorry. We have the Jar Jar Binks.
We got the Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, we have the Jar Jar Binks.
And that speaks for itself.
Not good, yeah. Self-explanatory. And we have the Guardian, Jimmy Olsen from Supergirl, the TV show, on the Arrowverse. That guy.
And if it ever gets the Guardian, by the way, with anything attached to it, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, no, I think that means that it's not the worst thing they've ever seen.
It still doesn't make sense, but it's just not the worst thing you ever seen.
Yeah, it's like if you give the Guardian the Infinity Gauntlet, you're like, they had a really cool scene in there, so I got to give it the Infinity Gauntlet.
So if you give like, say if you gave like a Jar Jar Binks with a mirror wig,
but a mirror wig's not good though.
It's pretty horrible.
But a mirror wig takes away anyway, so you're just making the Jar Jar Binks lower.
You're right. So it's a turd. It is the worst turd ever. Okay.
But if I'm giving it an Infinity Gauntlet, that means it's a pretty good turd though. Like they're a good turd.
It's a good B. It's a good B flick if you do that.
I don't even know if it's a B flick, but yeah, it's a good way to waste an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know, don't pay for it, but if you can watch it on TNT on Saturday, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, if you get BBC America, go ahead and it's on late at night.
BBC America, really? BBC America?
Oh, dude, let me tell you something.
Oh,
Part of the COVID is a deadly and real thing, but part of the joy of being at home and reevaluating a lot of things and seeing what really matters and what doesn't matter is also being able to watch on a daily basis complete reruns. Sorry, pardon me. Of Star Trek: The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. If they would have thrown Voyager in there in Enterprise, I would have been like, all right, I'm done.
Great. So, Oz, can you just give a ranking for Hamilton and Old Guard? Starting with Old Guard.
Old Guard, to me, gets an Iris West.
Wow.
With... Oh, God, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Iris.
Oh, I can't
West,
wait to have this conversation.
But she's like right on the Guardian motorcycle, though. Because there's some things that
So it's Iris West with a mirror wig. Because Iris West would not look good with a mirror wig.
She wouldn't look good right on the Guardian's motorcycle, on the back of Guardian's motorcycle.
She'd look much better on the back of the motorcycle than she would with a mirror wig.
But I still think it's a great flick, though.
Okay, that doesn't mean it's not a great flick. It just means it's not quite as good as an Iris West could be. It's not the pinnacle.
I like that. Then I like that. I'll let her float the red wig.
All right, I'm gonna give it an MGK with an Infinity Gauntlet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not quite an Iris West for me. It is a good movie, but there are some things that I personally didn't like, and we'll get to that.
Let's get to it, because there's some stuff from the comic that I wish they would have put in there, but I'm hopeful for the next one that they'll do that.
Now that's a whole other thing we're going to get to as well. I've never read the comic, so I know nothing about it, so I went in completely blind, so that's a whole other aspect. Now let's talk about Hamilton, Oz.
Hamilton.
What are you giving?
I'll make it quick for you. I'll make it quick. Hamilton, for right now, as it's fresh in my brain, Iris West, definitely with an Infinity Gauntlet. And the only reason I say that is because I hate musicals. If someone said, if you go see Rent, I'll give you $10,000, I'll be like, keep your money. Or Cats, too. Not a musical person. But that was great. It was just, it made me patriotic again.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep it short as well. I'm going to go with an Iris West. Not going to give him the Infinity Gauntlet, though.
You've seen better musicals?
Well,
cool.
No, but it's just because if I give it the Infinity Gauntlet, that means it was perfect. And I have a hard time giving anything a perfect. Because there were some songs I didn't like. If that counts for anything.
But overall...
It is the pinnacle.
Yeah.
I agree. But I'm not going to give it the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
But I do think it is the pinnacle, yes. Because we have established that Iris West is the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So yeah. I 100% think it's the pinnacle, no doubt.
Okay. I respect you.
But before we get too deep into things, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott, here with my co-host, and I am not talking about Uncle Oz, I'm talking about the fan. No, I'm here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
The mighty Ozzy fanmonger. Dude. I mean, it's bad enough when I have to compete other wrestling show you do. Shout out. But, geez, man, I got to compete with a fan, too. It's like literally I'm competing with a fan. Like a fan of yours.
I'll do it for Oz. What is up, good people? On behalf of Uncle Oz. And the wrestling podcast he is referring to is the Showdown Pro Wrestling podcast that myself and JD host. Cheap plug. We'll be doing our next watch-along, talking about Fyter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, and what the future holds for some of the free agents.
You took my line. Well, then allow me to set the table.
I already did it. I already said it. You didn't say it. Listen, if you're not going to do your stuff and keep up with the program, I'm going to have to do it myself.
Well, it's going to be like that the whole show because that fan is hypnotic, dude. It is like literally... I listen, to anyone
Hey, look. Can I finish plugging the show? Can I finish?
Dude, can you finish waterboarding me? Because it's the same thing.
And you can find us on Twitter at Need for Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. We have some Twitter polls. And guys, big shout out to everyone on Twitter that's doing these polls. We had a couple of them that had over 200 votes. We've been really getting a lot of good feedback, so we appreciate all you guys. So, again, find us on Twitter at Need for Marvel vs. DC. We can also email us at needformarvelvsdc at godefylife.com. You can find us at Go Defy Life Pods. That is the hub where Defy Life Podcast Network has all the podcasts. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Radio Public, iTunes, all those places you get your podcasts. You can find us, download, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. You know how we do. We appreciate the love. We got another Killmonger conversation. Your boy, Philip. You know he's good for it. You know he's good for it. So Philip got you another one. This is gonna be a packed show. We're gonna try to make this quick, but you know how we do.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get to it.
Okay. Well, okay. We're gonna get to it, dude. Calm down. Calm your horses. We're gonna get to it. God, why are you always rushing me?
Well, because I feel like you're about to have a heat stroke if the fan is going on super max.
This is on low.
Okay. Don't put on high.
this is on the lowest setting. Okay.
Wow. I mean, is it like pumping out a lot of air, or is it just like kind of just making a lot? Like, is it smoking right now?
I know you can't hear, but I'm shooting the shots fired.
Okay.
Okay, so, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, like, whatever. Couple things real quick. We were on you can find us on the Villains Demand podcast, where Batman ran the gauntlet against the Marvel characters that Nightwing and Red Hood had failed to compete against. Spoiler
and it
alert.
was a good one too.
So go ahead and check that one out. See if the Dark Knight does rise. Shout out to the Villains Demand, JVD, Evan the Great. Those guys are great. We had a blast doing that. That was a lot of fun. Make sure you're supporting those guys. They put a lot of work in. They put their time in. They know what they're talking about. Really, definitely go support those guys. Oz, I got some news tidbits. We're going to keep these brief because we got a lot to get to today. Okay, great. Glad to know that you're here with me, you're focused, and I got your attention.
Yeah, so when I say something, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
When I'm silent, dude, come on, man.
I did that one time, and that's because I wanted to finish, plugging the show and whatnot. And then now you have, okay, I got it. All right, let's go to the news, man. God. You know what, Oz? I'm done with it. How about that?
No, hey, listen, hold on. All jokes aside, I think the heat is making you angry because that's what heat does. I want you to center, find that happy place. It could be Antarctica. Imagine your garage is in Antarctica, or like, I don't know, Greenland or something. Okay, it's fine.
Greenland or Antarctica, though.
Think happy, cool thoughts. That's the best.
Oh, is that what you think?
Dude, the way you keep moving in and out, and I can hear the fan moving in and out when your body moves in and out, it sounds like you're trying to audition for, like, Red Tails, the TV show. I'm Regular Scott. I'm going in.
What are you talking about, dude?
Oh, you don't know what Red Tails is?
I think Red Tails might have been a little bit before my time.
It was definitely before your time. It was the all-black World War II squadron. They were amazing. They were great. Never lost a single bombardier battalion when they were on their watch, dude.
All right. Well, I haven't lost either, so we're pretty much the same.
Oh no! With that fan, you're losing, dude.
Well, the fan's off now, so how about that? You can't hear
because you kept going in and out.
What?
We'll turn the fan back on because now because you're going in and out. I think that fan was sucking up too much juice.
So now I can't even record it because the fan's not on, and I needed the fan on the whole time.
Oh man, this is great.
This is not great. Okay. This is awful.
You're awful.
This is
one man's awful is another man's great.
Oh man, this is not going well. First of all, look, now the laptop freezing up. I don't even know if this show's gonna make it onto the air.
Oh, with your stream luck in electronics, it won't.
Listen, I've been pretty good the last couple of weeks with the electronics.
You have, dude. I've been very proud of you. The fan, you just got to put a new twist to things, don't you?
I think things are getting a little too easy, and so I was like, man, let me add the fan.
Let me shake it up a little bit.
That'll make this a little more interesting. That add a little spark to it.
I told Uncle Oz that I was going to try and increase our fan base. Literally, no, I meant I'm going to try and increase the speed of my fan that's based in my garage. Duly noted.
Oh man! All right, let's
introduce. People wonder why I drink.
How come Uncle Oz is always drinking on the show?
Yeah, he's weird noise with regular Scott. That dude does not have a regular fan.
He's always drinking, and I don't know why.
Dude, what's the Hancock thing? You smell like alcohol. I've been drinking.
Well, I think now they understand why.
All right, okay, news tidbit. Let's get to it.
Bird Box is rumored to get a sequel. I don't remember if we went over this last week or not. We might have. So even if we didn't, we brought up MGK. So who doesn't want to talk about MGK again? So Oz, what are your thoughts on a Bird Box sequel?
It's just going to be about MGK traveling to the countryside, but every time he purposely tries to look for the aliens or whatever, because that's what he does. But the aliens are like, no, dude, no. So he's trying to look for him, but they're trying to hide from him.
So
it should be great.
Is the girl still alive that was with him?
I envision him going, listen, you're better off being with me. I got a car. Let's just try and do this. And she's like, I'll go with you anywhere. And so they're driving down the road, 10 miles in. She's kind of like, this guy's a little weird, whatever. And then he goes, you mind if I play you a mixtape? and then you see her slowly take her blindfold off.
Oh, Oz, you forgot to mention the mixtape that he plays is Eminem.
Oh, yeah, dude, this dude goes, can I get your opinion on something? What would you give this tape?
What would you rate this song?
What would you rate this song? Hey, you ever heard of Irish West?
What are you giving it? Like what? Like a what? A solid what? If you had to give it a solid something, what would you give it?
She goes rolls down the window and just takes her blindfold up and sticks her head out the door. And is like, please take me.
You ever seen the scene from Hereditary? Spoiler alert.
No, I haven't.
There's a spoiler alert again. Big pivotal scene in Hereditary, the horror movie. The little girl sticks her head out the window, and here comes the telephone pole.
Oh,
it's a crazy movie. So nobody cares about a Bird Box sequel.
Well, and they feel guilty about it because like they just watched Titanic the day before, and she's like, "I want to be Leonardo."
No, my heart will not go on.
My heart will. Yeah, dude. No one cares about what do you have to say?
Well, they saw the Aquatic Places coming out with a sequel, so they were like, "Well, there we go. That's our material right there."
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, John, let me see that script. Let me just proofread it for you."
John, I know you've had double back surgery because we're riding off your back.
So this
go ahead.
Oh, this will be the last news tidbit because, like I said, we got a lot we're going to cover today. There is a hot rumor, hot take like a hot cake.
Like a band going on.
Come on, man! Shots fired. There's a rumor that Jamie. Enjoy this, Oz. You don't get a lot of opportunities to just have free shots like you have tonight, so enjoy this.
Regular Scott, I get one out of every 30 shows.
Enjoy this. There's a rumor that Jamie Foxx is going to be lined up to play. Take a guess what Marvel character they will be introducing that Jamie Foxx would play. This is a rumor. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. But, you know, I like reporting on rumors. I like talking about it. So,
with that face, dude, man, either this cat is going to try and do some. I'm gonna throw out a bunch of them.
So what you're saying is you just don't want to be wrong, so you're going to throw out like 6 names.
No, not even 6, but like I just see him playing a Blue Marvel if they wanted to do that kind of cat.
Okay.
I see him also. Man, dude. I see him doing some like Isaiah Washington kind of stuff. The first Captain America, that kind of dude. You know, and then also I see him also. Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
So,
those two.
The rumor is he is going to be playing, or he is being eyed to play Bishop.
Do you know? Can we just bring it back full circle back to Hamilton?
I can't wait to hear how you're going to bring this back full circle from Jamie Foxx playing Bishop to Hamilton. Do
you know who would play a better Bishop than Jamie Foxx? But Jamie Foxx would probably do really well. But you know who would play a really good Bishop?
Don't say David.
Who played Lafayette and Jefferson?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really? You think so?
Smurfin'-lutely, dude.
I mean, I like the guy, so I you know.
Man, I can't wait because I got to sideline another story. That cat, dude, he's on Snowpiercer with my girl Jennifer Connelly. I love my wife, but Jennifer Connelly.
I feel like we're due for a Jennifer Connelly. I feel like we're due for you to kind of take over the show and do a Jennifer Connelly themed episode.
Dude, I mean, I'm sorry, man. I want to just keep with the times and be like, we got to keep our social movement going on. But, yo, man, Jennifer Connelly is a national treasure, dude. She's been in the sci-fi nerd.
Not.
She's been in the sci-fi nerd game for a long time.
A national treasure, though, dude.
Oh God, yeah, dude.
A national treasure.
Man, dude, she when she brings it, she just she's awesome.
All right. Anyway.
Anyway, so like here's a funny story. I didn't know that cat was in Hamilton, right? And so he was acting, and he ate a grilled cheese sandwich because like they don't have it because of the nature of Snowpiercer. He ate it, and I was like, whoa, this guy's a little intense. And then I saw him at Hamilton. I was like, I get you. I had no problem with that guy, dude. I think he would make a pretty interesting, good Bishop, dude.
Okay. All right. I think he'd be a good Mr. Terrific. Actually, maybe that's who Jamie Foxx should play.
Well, no.
I mean, going to the DC world.
Oh, dude. That would be interesting.
Put him in the DC world. Yeah, I could see him pulling off a Mr. Terrific.
Okay, if you had to do that, I won't fight you on that one. Not at all.
All right. Let me see. Do I have? Nope. That's all I got for the news tidbits. We're gonna keep those.
Doesn't Jamie Foxx deserve to be in a John Wick film?
Does he? Does he though? Like what would he bring to a a John Wick film?
Wait, what?
I could see Jamie Foxx in a old Pierce Brosnan James Bond film before I could see him in a Keanu Reeves John Wick.
Well, that's man, that's really cool that you brought that up. So then let's do this. I feel like I would like to see Jamie Foxx in John Wick because that John Wick is a thinking man's Expendables, and I would like to see Pierce Brosnan do a role in the next Expendable film. I
would be down for him to do that. Has Sean Connery been in the Expendables?
See, that's another thing too. Hey, for our boy, don't you think Nicolas Cage should be
hashtag leave Nick alone, man.
Hey, don't you think old Nick should be in the Expendables?
Yeah, go ahead, throw Nick in there, man.
Nick is like, I'm in debt. I'm ready.
Nick's like, I got a twitch in my nose. Somebody talking about me again.
Regular. Nick said, y'all gave it to Wesley. It's my turn.
All right, Oz, you ready for your Killmonger conversation from our good friend Philip?
Oh yeah, and Philip. Hey, Philip. Just to see what your thoughts are about Nick Cage and the next Expendables.
And listen, don't let Philip be the only one to get all this mic time. Anyone else wants a Killmonger conversation, you can hit me on the Twitter on the DMs, Need for Marvel vs. DC, or you can email us at needformarvel_vs.dc@GoToFileLife. We're on Facebook as well. Let us know, and then until somebody does, Philip gonna get every Killmonger conversation read.
Philip gonna get everyone until y'all decide to like bust it up a little bit.
Everyone. All right, Oz, here we go. With the infringement of rights and fear-mongering throughout the nation, at what point do you think we might end up looking like the movie Equilibrium and need a hero to save us like in the movie? Hashtag leave Nick alone. Hashtag Star Trek rocks. Hashtag Nick needs a Starfleet uniform.
Man, dude, Nick needs to get with some Sylvester, and Nick needs a uniform. Real quick, Philip. It goes like this. We'll never be as sophisticated as the fight scenes in Equilibrium, but we will get to a fascist and authoritarian state. Now, I was just having a conversation. I usually ride my bike over to my friend's house, and we just bike around Richmond, where we live, just to see stuff. It's kind of nice. It's kind of therapy. And then we just drink beer on his porch. And just real quick, I don't want to get political, and I don't want to, but so there's this big thing about being like, I'm against Antifa. You know, Antifa's terrible. And every time Antifa is brought up, it's also mentioned that they didn't really start anything. Antifa is like Antifa. Imagine Antifa being a bunch of stupid 20-year-old kids who probably need to blow their nose more than cause any trouble. Okay, I'm sure there are knuckleheads out there anyway, but just the nature of where we are in America, where we go. I'm against Antifa, and Antifa stands for anti-fascism. And you say, I'm against anti-fascism. Does that mean you're for fascism? I'm just like, dude, we all need to settle back, take a breath, and just reprioritize ourselves, man. When we can get into some crazy sword and gunplay, let's see what happens. But until then, yeah, we just need to chill, man. We need to chill. I love a good dystopian flick, but man, I love a utopian flick better. So,
okay. Hey, Philip, my man, keep them coming. As long as you got the platform. Is anything you want to ask? The floor is yours. And anyone, again, you can send your questions, send your comments, whatever you want to hear Uncle Oz talk about. Let us know. He'll talk about it. He has no control over his Killmonger conversation.
Yeah, and especially when I get some good ones. And Philip, you've been give him some fire ones. I love it. And again, please talk to me about cooking, because I just made some delicious chocolate chip cookies too, by the way, today. So, I'm a pretty good cook, you know. So I'm just I diversified my portfolio, so I can talk about other things too.
Okay, Oz. What? What's so funny?
I just laugh, man.
Man, this show has, compared to last week, we're on the rails. But this would be a normally off the rails show, and we're not even face to face.
So there's one question: are you wearing a scarf, and is your scarf blowing in the wind? I just pictured that for some reason.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna put my fan on high for a minute while we take this commercial break.
We're gonna have a quick commercial break, and regular Scott is gonna have a Klondike bar.
I'm gonna run outside for a minute.
He's gonna have a peppermint patty.
My son has a little kiddie pool on the deck. I'm gonna walk out there and take a dip in the pool real quick. I'll be right back.
He's gonna open up his freezer and just stick his head in it real quick.
Well, there's that. We'll be right. We'll be right back.
This is Defy Life.
Welcome to the Defy Life podcast. Join JR, Thomas, and Al as they take on topics in sports, politics, current events, family, and more. Insightful, hilarious, always unique. New episode every Wednesday. Powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. Listen at DefyLifePods.com and everywhere else your favorite podcasts are available. If you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
And we are back. Make sure you do check out the flagship of our network, the Defy Life Podcast, with the man J.R. Glimp, the Kingpin, the Defy Life Battleground Champion, Alvin Glimp, and Thomas Stevens. Make sure you check those guys out. Oz, for our pick 4/one's Gotta Go, I'm going to give you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I figure that's the least I can do since I have a sidekick with me for this episode.
No, man, you're being self-conscious about it. One's got to go. You, the fan.
I can't wait to hear what this next one's gonna be.
It's you, the fan. Your electronic skills.
Ooh.
Or.
Oof. This is a tough one. What's the last option?
Yeah, I gotta make that last.
This is. Listen, you had 3 good ones. Don't blow it on this last one. You might get 2 shots fired if this is a good one.
You, the fan, your electronic skills, or oh man,
God,
I can't think of a good one.
You let me down. Just 1 shot fired.
Or your ability to watch an iconic series in a timely manner, because it took you a year and a half to watch Watchmen.
Just about as long as it took you to come up with that. So I think we're even.
Yeah, it's good. So I'm gonna go with. And listen. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's gone forever. You cannot take it back.
Okay.
You can't do it. It's gone forever. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to go with you.
Okay. Because if you get rid of me, you get rid of the other 3 by default.
Yeah. So
I got it.
I don't have this, like, literally.
Yeah.
I feel like I need a fly swatter because I feel like there's a bee, something buzzing in my ear the whole time.
Yeah.
Man, you got me all PTSD'd out now, dude.
Good. You should be looking over your shoulder anyway. So here are your choices to pick for you to choose your pick 4 from.
Hey, that's not a shot fired. That's a threat, dude.
Yes. Look, I didn't play no sound effect. That wasn't no game. That wasn't a joke. I didn't play no sound effect.
Hey, me and my boy the fan are coming after you.
That's my weapon of choice, the fan. So look, here are your choices. You can either pick. We can do zombie flicks. Okay.
Okay.
Catastrophes, like just great catastrophes, alien invasions type movies, or we can do iconic kids TV shows.
I'm not messing with that. Hey, zombies, because I hate them.
Hey, look, I was hoping you were going to do the iconic TV shows, because then you were going to piss somebody off for sure.
No, you're going to try and piss me off.
Hey, look, we're going to do that next. Which is the one you picked, though? Which one did you pick?
I forgot. Zombies.
All right. But we're definitely doing the kids' work, because somebody's getting pissed off. This definitely happened.
Like me, dude.
Yeah. All right. Here are your movies.
Why are you so passive-aggressive just because you're an angry fan, dude?
Here are your movies.
Talk about angry fan mail. My God.
Oh, touche. Not bad. Not bad. World War Z, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, the original, Dawn of the Dead, the remake, 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, Shaun of the Dead, Zombieland, I Am Legend, Day of the Dead, Quarantine, Zombieland, Warm Bodies, The Dead Don't Die, The Crazies, Resident Evil.
Dude, I thought you were going to just do 4, dude.
No, you got to pick 4.
Okay. I'm keeping the original Night of the Living Dead, because if that's gone, there's no zombie. There's no zombie flicks.
All right, we'll keep it.
George Romero. Okay, so Night of the Living Dead, World War Z, because I just love. It's not accurate, but I just love Max Brooks. I didn't. Shaun of the Dead was funny, dude. I like that. It was good. It was a good take. It was a good spoof on that. So that's staying. And then, are you really consider the crazy zombies, dude?
Yeah, I would consider them zombies.
Wow.
I think it's a realistic take on a zombie, like what a zombie would be like. I think that's what a zombie would be like if it could move and it wasn't just this slow, plodding, mindless thing. You know what I mean?
You think, and I'm just asking, you think, and obviously you're going to give me your take on it too, but you think that The Crazies is a realistic one over 28 Days Later? Because I'm going to keep 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later is a good one. That's a tough one. I can give you 28 Days Later, but I do think The Crazies, I think that's another take on it for sure. I definitely think that's another kind of way to spin it. And I could see people going crazy before they completely lose it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of the way they do in The Crazies.
Okay.
But 28 Days Later is a good one too.
Yeah. And I actually love 28 Weeks Later when they're just, when the zombies couldn't find any food, they're just starving themselves. But what are yours?
So obviously you got to go with Night of the Living Dead because of what you said.
Thank you.
I agree with you on that. There's no horror movies. I'm going with The Crazies. I really like The Crazies. I think it's a really cool take on it. Zombieland. I prefer Zombieland over Shaun of the Dead.
I get it. That's yeah.
And
yeah.
I was about to take I Am Legend because I do like I Am Legend, but I could probably go without seeing my man choke out his dog. So spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So I'll take 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
So those would be my 4.
I love it. That's good. That was good.
I'm glad neither one of us picked Resident Evil.
Man, I keep watching. I watch them because they're on like Sci-Fi or whatever. And I'm just like, ugh.
All right, let's get to the good one. Let's get to the one we're going to lose some friends.
Okay.
Pick 4. Ed, and Eddie, Batman the Animated Series, Power Rangers, Spider-Man the Animated Series, Justice League, Recess, Kids Next Door, Rugrats, Gargoyles, X-Men, Teen Titans, Dexter's Laboratory, Hey Arnold, Pokemon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pick 4.
I'm definitely saying Justice League.
Time to make some people angry.
Oh yeah, Justice League for sure. I was about to say Gargoyles. I love that show, but Justice League. Name the first 3.
Ed, and Eddie, Batman the Animated Series, Power Rangers, Spider-Man.
Thank you. Justice League, Batman the Animated Series. Power Rangers, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, dude. Because I feel like those encompass cartoons. So
okay. So my list is going to be very different. I got Rugrats. I can't imagine my childhood without Rugrats. What an iconic show! Watching Tommy Pickles lead his group. You know,
a white privileged kid.
and Angela had a solid role.
Hey,
I think her name was Angela.
Wait, Rugrats, because Cree Summers did, what's her face? Yeah, if it was Angela.
I think it was Angela.
Okay. I don't think it was Angela, but
I think Angela was the black chick from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, thank you. I think I think she had a much cooler name than Angela.
Oh, a cooler name? What's a cooler name?
Like oh my God.
Because the white chick, actually, you know what? It probably wasn't, because the white girl's name was Angelica.
Yeah, dude, man.
It's probably like Tamika.
Dude, man. Okay. Wait. Stereotype much?
You got a better guess?
Oh yeah, I have a really good guess. I bet her name was probably like Susie Carmichael, maybe.
Was it Susie?
Yeah, it was, because look it up.
I thought you were reading that. I thought it was. All right, Rugrats, obviously. X-Men, the animated series.
Yeah, that was a hard one. But okay, I get you.
Power Rangers. Got to have Power Rangers in my life. And Batman, the animated series.
Because, like, I said Justice League, but if you don't have Batman, you don't have Justice League or Superman.
And honestly, I feel like I can get my Justice League fix through... If there was never a Justice League, I feel like I would have got it through Batman.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I could do it away. The one that hurt the most was probably Gargoyles.
I love Gargoyles. Dude. Yeah. Gargoyles was awesome.
Dexter's Laboratory I love too.
Gargoyles felt like it's going to be stupid to say it, I apologize, but like an adult kid's cartoon.
It's solid on all fronts.
Yeah.
So, out of your 4, one's got to go.
And we live again. Justice League can go, because like you said, I got my fix through Batman.
Yeah, you got your security blanket.
My Linus blanket.
My one's got to go. Man. I got to say goodbye to the X-Men.
Oh, why?
I really loved Rugrats as a kid. I had the Tommy, a Chucky. I love Rugrats, so I can't get rid of that. Power Rangers is self-explanatory, and I feel like Batman the Animated Series gave me a little taste of everything. So if I have to suffer, I think I'll suffer the least by getting rid of X-Men.
I love that. You're just an old nostalgic fan, kind of like the one that's in your garage.
That was I'm just a regular guy.
Unlike your fan that's in your garage.
It's just a regular fan.
That is 5. That's a 5 and below fan.
Family Dollar.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
Because look, this is the fan on high.
So that's the fan that you don't buy; they give to you.
Oh no, I had to buy this joint and pay tax.
Oh, so good.
All right. Okay. We did it. We did that. We got through everything. So, you ready for your final blow?
Let's do it.
No, we don't do the final blow, dude. We got to talk about Hamilton and the old guard. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
I know about AC and fans.
All right, it's time for the main event.
Can we take a little break for a second?
No, the sound effect was playing, but you always just be talking over my sound effects. You just always be trying to take the glory.
Yeah, you gotta let me know when you do.
How am I supposed to let you know? How am I supposed to let you know I'm playing a sound effect?
Well,
now you talking over Michael Buffer.
Oh yeah, apologies.
All right, main event time. Hamilton and the old guard. Oz, which one do you want to start with?
We can start with old guard.
And the rest of this podcast is all spoilers. So that's what the rest of this podcast is going to be. A lot of spoilers. And if you happen to jump ahead to this part of the podcast, as he said, my bad.
Yeah.
Oz, let's start. What you got? Where do you want to start with this? You know, we kind of jump around. We don't really start at the beginning. Let's start on why you gave it such a high rating. You did say the old guard, correct?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I did. I read the comic, and it was a great premise. And and I thought about it more. I thought about it more and more and more when you said you wanted to talk about it on this week's show. So I am a super big fan of the Highlander. And this seems like the natural progression of what the Highlanders are. It's an updated version of the Highlanders. Instead of there can be only one, you see why the Immortals are just basically like a force of nature in the world. And it reminded me of how the Earth likes to protect itself by producing centurions. Not like Roman centurions, but like people who live for 100 years, but their goal is just to usher in the new age and protect the Earth. And that's based off of Planetary from Image. And it was just cool, man. The premise was cool. There was one big thing that I was hoping for, but it was just too much of a big push. But the director, I followed her, and I followed her premise about why she did certain things, and Charisse just continues to be awesome and choose smart roles. I don't care if you're the biggest homophobe in the universe. When that dude describes why he loves his fellow soldier lover, that was pretty goddamn romantic, man. The interview came from Skydance that said, if you can get people to hate your villain, you've done a good thing. And apparently this guy is one of the most nicest dudes in the world, but I thought he was crazy. So I love the premise. I'm looking forward to the future to see what Old Guard 2 will be, and to see what they do with the character. It's interesting to me. And the new characters too. It was cool.
No, it was good.
The action scenes were great, dude. To me, the action.
The action scenes
Yep.
were really good. One thing I really enjoy about movies and movies that I get a real kick out of, like The Raid, Winter Soldier, Extraction, movies like that, John Wick. I love seeing hand-to-hand combat and just hand speed. I love watching people with hand speed. And Charlize Theron, man, her hand speed was amazing in this. And one of the things I really, while we're talking about some of the good things in the movie, I loved how they worked as a team. And how, like they just knew where each other was. They had, like, ammo ready. They just dropped the gun right into it and kept moving. There was never a wasted motion. You could tell they had fought by each other's side for centuries. Not decades, but centuries. Like, they knew each other, and that was probably the coolest part of their fight scenes. And then watching I can't remember what the main girl was,
but we'll call it Kiki. Oh, was it Miles?
Miles. Was it Miles?
Niles.
Yeah, Niles. And Niles, and then she started to fit in, and she started to get the chemistry. It was that was, to me, probably the coolest part, was how they just worked so well together. That choreography was amazing.
Oh man, and then like you said, those fight scenes were so brilliant. And then the fight scene between Charisse and Kiki's character when they're on the plane, and you see, like, when Kiki punches her, like, Charisse is like, oh shit, okay, I haven't felt that in a while. And then when they're fighting, and then Charisse is just like, okay, you're good, you got the chops, and she's like, no, I'm a warrior. And they keep fighting. The classic thing, it just reminded me of the Shaolin monks when they fight. Charisse's body is so, like, over millennia of fighting, her bones are hard as, like, concrete. She broke that girl's shin without a problem. Yeah, there were some deep little moments of this, like, you're like, oh yeah, they've been fighting for a while, dude.
Yeah, it was good. A couple of things I don't like. Now that we talked about what we like, let's talk about why it didn't get an iris from me. Chewie completely betrayed all of them. And Chewie's not somebody they have centuries of history with. That's a guy they just met. And they let this guy off the hook because all of this happened because of him.
Well, I'm going to give you something to think about. Two possible scenarios with that, okay?
And before you do that, I get at the end, since this is a full spoiler conversation, I get at the end that they're like, you're pretty much going to have to work that off. Like, you work for us. We own you now. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
So,
go ahead.
No, so and that's so smart of you, dude. I was going to say one point is that they're big. They're not big on just killing a revenge. They're big on people paying their debts when you are of service. When them two dudes killed all those guys in that armored vehicle, they were like, your lives are worthless. But when they know that your life is of service, they use you.
Hey, the two lovers, they go hard.
Dude,
go hard. That's Midnighter and Apollo in real life.
Dude, that is, guys, Ridley Scott, again, genius. That is straight up Midnighter and Apollo. This dude
hard, man.
This dude said, so here's another spoiler for you. In the comic book, they were fighting the Crusades, and they literally, like, fought for days, just killing each other, coming back to life, killing each other, until they were like, whoa, wait a minute. And it wasn't on some, like, romantic stuff at first. It was on some, like, whoa, you are literally my soulmate, you know? And yeah, dude, oh my God, like when he said you were a child.
And then he was like, my boyfriend? My boyfriend? Are you kidding me? Boyfriend?
Dude, so imagine you not knowing these cats and like this immortal going, my boyfriend? What? You know? It was great, and I'm sorry, I'm being overly sappy right now, but the way that he spoke to him, and he's just like, "Wake up, are you okay?" Because he was so scared to make sure he was like, because they know when they die, they may not come back that next time, you know. Yeah, so it was good, and I like my girl Andy. She was just like, I always go in first, you know. So I would go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say while we're talking on that specific part, because that's kind of where things started. Like a lot of questions started coming up, and I like, if this is the way the story was going, I like the aspect of them meeting a different one, and we definitely got to talk about the ending at the very end. But I like the aspect of them meeting a different one and a new one, or finding out about them when one of their own starts becoming mortal.
Well,
or is it that, or is it they become mortal and then they get like linked into a new one?
Well, so here's the thing. That's the movie thing. The comic book just basically just says so them having a vision. That's like that's a bit of a take from the Highlander, like sensing another mortal's immortality, that kind of thing. But in the comic book, Andy doesn't lose her immortality. She literally tells that dude, because they've been around. Because you have to think about it. What is this betrayal when they've been around for like centuries and millennia? And so she tells that dude, "Hey, you fucked up bad, dude. You know, you kind of really messed us up. You got to pay for it." And he goes, "I know." And she goes, We'll all meet here in 100 years." In the movie, she's like saying, "You'll meet these guys," because she's like, "I'm not going to be around." So that's a bit of a spin on it, and that's where it kind of like made things turn weird and different.
I feel like you said a lot right there to say what I said, or maybe I missed what you were saying.
You probably missed what I was saying.
Okay. Okay. Is it weird that I thought the chick who played Niles was maybe overacting a little bit in some of the scenes? Like, it didn't need to be as dramatic as she was making it? Or was that just me?
Is it weird that you thought the Niles chick was being over dramatic, or was it just you? No, I was kidding. No,
I mean, or like, because it could just be me, but I felt like some of the lines she was a little stiff with, like some of the more when she needed to show some action chops. I felt like it looked a little forced.
I guess, man, but I'm always just going. You're surrounded by all these. You're in this. You are thrust in this crazy environment. It's just everything is weird. But she's also up against these tour de forces of actors too, though.
That I'll give her, because Charlize Theron, man, good God, how is she not at the center of, like, why is Atomic Blonde not this blockbuster hit, or why was she not Captain Marvel? Like, I don't get why she's not a prominent action star.
Well, I can help you out with that. I mean, we can love our Keanu's and everybody we want to, but I can tell you, dude. And Charisse is kind of quickly getting up to some Jennifer Connelly status with me. You can laugh all you want to, man, but I'm serious. I feel like she ain't up there with everybody because she's smarter than everybody. Yo. Dude, I heard stories about how she was discovered. I know where she's from. I know the baby. I know the story about her father. I know about the baby she adopted. Yo, man, you think about she's carving out her little thing. She's more approachable is not the right word, but she's a more approachable Gina Davis in this era. Man, she did Mad Max, you know. Atomic Blonde. You know, she just got finished with this one, dude. She knows her action chops, dude. And yo, she looks great with a skinhead too. So.
And well, I don't feel like she's brought up enough when we talk about action stars. Like I don't know if we brought her. Well, we probably did when we talked about Atomic Blonde, but like she's not talked about enough. And I think this movie is just another example of how good she is.
Yeah, but let's get for real though. If she would have been cast as Captain Marvel, she would have stolen all the scenes.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you want that?
No, because they want to make sure they're like, hey, here's a movie, but they want to make sure they spot like their core people. Like do. She would have easily taken any thunder from Robert Downey Jr., Cumberbatch. Something, whatever his name is.
I don't think it's a thing about her stealing spotlight, because the way Captain Marvel was portrayed, that's how her character was. So I don't think that's really on her though.
Well, then let's get to the nitty gritty. Maybe she's like, fuck you, Marvel. I don't want to do your shit.
Maybe. And that's very true. I'm just saying. I feel like Atomic Blonde doesn't get talked about. I don't know, man. I just think this movie proved that she should be the face of a franchise or something.
Dude, it goes like this. I got the world's worst evil villains coming after me, and they gave me Charisse in Mad Max, they gave me Charisse in Atomic Blonde, and they gave me Charisse in Old Guard. I feel super protected.
Oh, it depends who's coming after you.
Okay, who? And besides Thanos, who?
Who? What are you gonna do if Eobor Thawne comes after you?
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, John Wick is coming after me with these three.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but
dude,
really,
brother,
you
know John Wick ain't doing nothing with Andy.
Man, John Wick is taking out Mad Max. She's gone.
Okay, cool. I get you. Now, John Wick is having the fight of his life with Atomic Blonde, and
yes,
he is nowhere
absolutely.
near. He's nowhere near taking out Andy. Andy has been fighting for 1,000 years.
And
plus.
I get that, but Andy is now mortal. And let me tell you this: if Niles can land some shots on Andy, John can land some shots on Andy.
Okay, so check this out.
But am I right about that part?
Yeah. But I'm talking about the killing blows, dude.
John Wick don't play.
John Wick has been learning how to kill people for a good 20 plus years. This woman has been killing people for a good 100 years. Okay, come on, man, come on.
All right, closing thoughts on Old Guard. Let's try to keep this brief, Oz.
I look forward to the epilogue that they did.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the ending Let's talk about the ending.
Because I wonder, because one of the biggest things that you get from the Valiant comics with Archer and Armstrong is that one way they used to torture immortals was that they would just drown them, and so it was interesting. It was interesting. They did the same thing there too, and so I wonder how that affects her sanity.
I wonder how she got out.
Yeah, dude.
Like how she got found.
Well, because you know when you want to know the crazy thing. The way it works is she probably wasn't found until some close to modern times or radar, and they're like, "Look at this Iron Maiden we found," and they saw someone in there, and like that led to a whole bunch of other stuff. So.
Yeah, Book's gonna die.
Well, here's the thing.
Like, let me ask you this: what happens if you chop their head off?
You see, I feel like that's something that needs to be explored, because once even in the Highlanders series, once your head leaves your body, you're done.
That's it. Know? And because the dude had a gun put in his mouth and the back of his head blown out. And was able to re-heal and whatnot. But what would you do if you got your head chopped off?
Yeah, but we haven't really seen them lose limbs either, have we?
I mean, he lost the back of his head. I feel like that's worse than a limb.
But seeing the thing about immortality, I always wondered about was like if you lost a limb, or say like you lost your torso, do you grow another torso or what? You know,
I'm gonna say
it's
yes,
a weird fix.
because when old girl had her bone hanging out of her skin, it just like magically went back into her skin. So I'm gonna say they just grow them joints back. But I don't know how you would reconnect the head. Like, does the head have to be connected to the body? Like, are they dead until it's connected?
So most ways that they've done it is that if you chop off the head, or if the head is anywhere near the body, it can still kind of get connective tissues to reconnect each other. You know, as long as it's not like 4 feet apart. If it's like I chopped your head off and it's like 3 inches away from each other, they'll find the connective tissues to kind of reform, you know.
Okay.
But that's a really, really good one about if they chop the head off.
Well, because they can get cut, they can get shot up, and the bullet goes through them. Yeah,
They can get burned.
So I'm wondering, like, can they be? Because even the limb thing, that's a good question too. Like, we never saw her taking any limbs off. Like, we saw like the skin grafts, like full skin grafts of fingers. So I'm guessing they took full skin off, and that grew back. But I guess they never got to a limb. But I wonder, like you said about her bones, like when she broke her shin, I wonder if maybe their bones are too hard to cut.
Well, it depends on the immortality too. Because I think if you're going to go with it, Andy is probably a rock. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but another thing about all that stuff is also they said that the girl who's in the Iron Man who got out, they were like in the comic book. Andy says she's never seen anyone as fast as her in all of her life, in all of her 3,000 years. So that's going to be interesting, you know.
Well, because I thought her speed was incredible.
Yeah,
she was, when she dropped with that sword and started going through, I was like, all right, you got it.
Yeah, but dude, imagine her and the girl when they used to fight together.
I mean, when she was wounded, they were shooting and being pinned down. She was like, yo, screw this. Give me an axe. I'm going to take these 3 out by myself.
Yeah, dude.
She don't play no games, man. It's a good movie. It's not quite an Iris West, though.
I get you, but man, I really enjoyed it, man. It was a nice thrill ride, and I was all in. So.
There we go. Let's wrap up with Hamilton. This probably won't take as long because it's not as much to really dive into as much as we just kind of reminisce about what we liked.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Hamilton, man. I was fortunate enough. My wife won some tickets from the radio, and we were able to go when it came here to Richmond, Virginia. And it was a great show live, and I've been enamored ever since. And seeing this on Disney Plus was a really cool experience to see the facial expressions and some of the little things that I missed live that you just can't see because we definitely weren't front row. But no, I mean, I don't mean that as a knock. It was a great show. I just mean, you know, when you're not front row, it's hard to see those little things like some of the facial expressions and whatnot.
I agree.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on it? This is the first time I've thrown to you twice and you haven't picked it up. What's going on? Not a lot to say about Hamilton, huh?
Hamilton was awesome. I got emotional during some parts of it. I sincerely appreciate it because you know, I think a lot of times history has been portrayed through the eyes of not exactly who made history for America. And it was nice to be reminded that yeah, we are a nation of immigrants. We are the biggest experiment this world has ever seen.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Yeah, it's so true. You know, there's so many little things that just came across as just beautiful and poignant, and you know, yeah, yeah. How does this boy of this orphan boy get through this universe? You know, by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter. You know, yeah. And it was good about reminding people that, like, oh, I'm American. Why are you American? Because I'm American. Well, then, but there are people who are like, yeah, man, I read, I invest in this country. You know, it was cool. It really was really good to make me feel very patriotic about this country again.
Yeah, it's an incredible piece of art. I've seen a few people online when it came out. You know, obviously there's gonna be people who don't like it, and I get it. They were like, you know, it's hard to follow, and you know, it's too fast, and they don't like Lin-Manuel Miranda, or whatever. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the guy who created it. And I get it, but I thought he was really good. I didn't mind him at all.
Yeah, and he's great, and he's a very emotional actor. And yeah, I get it. It's hard to follow. You probably had a hard time following history.
It ain't hard to follow, Oz.
Dude. It is totally hard to follow if you don't read books, and if you don't know your history, if you have a narrative about, oh, well, George Washington chopped down a tree, and that's all he did. Now, if you want to get to the nitty-gritty of stuff, it ain't hard to follow, because, man, I will promise you this. Anyone who's ever read A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn, they had no issue following that whole play.
No, I'm with you. I don't. They pretty much break everything down for you. And let me tell you something. If I had something like this as a kid, because I was the type of kid who I just, you know, I could look at things a couple times and I could, you know, get enough to get by, and I didn't take school as seriously as I should. Stuff like this would have got me so much more interested. Man, as soon as I finished watching this play, I went and looked up Alexander Hamilton, Aaron Burr, seeing the differences from what really happened in the play. And I learned more about those people in that week than I could remember at any point in time. If I had this growing up, like, this would make me more interested in history than I have ever been at any point.
Yeah, well, it's a scam, too, because if you had this growing up, you would be more of a civic, like, individual. You'd be like, man, I want to vote. I want to run for office. I want to do this. You know, the thing is, teaching people history in a very boring way, in a very stagnant way, like, it's on purpose. It's meant to make you, oh, this sucks, as opposed to going, no, dude, history's fresh, dude. Yo, we're a nation of rebel rousers. Be proud of that.
And the things they don't teach you in school, like, they don't tell you about that old Alexander Hamilton being an immigrant and all that.
Way to run. No. Immigrants, we get the job done.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get the job done.
No, and they don't, because it's purposeful to make you say that these white dudes created everything, where it's like, no, they were pretty lazy, dude. The slaves did a lot of stuff, dude. You know, yeah, and
I just wanted to. I don't want to cut you. Well, I do. I don't actually. I don't know if I do want to cut you off or not. I'm gonna decide after you finish your thought. But I just wanted to say that we might have a lot of Hamilton sound effects in the future.
It's fine. but yeah, but you know, it's I'm a history major by paper, and an inquisitive person just by my nature. So I love the play. I think that props needs to be given to the resourcefulness of this guy researching everything, and pardon me, the little hidden tidbits too. Like, you know, like America could have turned and could have did a whole bunch of things if people would have survived and wouldn't have died. You know, who's to know what would have happened if we would have, like, stayed true? You know, Yeah, that's the thing, and then and then also the thing about the women of history that you don't ever get to, you know.
Well, so. Like she said, she's Angelica is going to try to talk Thomas Jefferson into putting them in the sequel. Work.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
Yeah.
So Hamilton, great piece of art. Go check it out. It's a great family play.
Also, the thing is too, how fearless they were. How like, man, this is a cause. Let's get right into it. You know?
They went hard. Everybody did a great job. Oz, who was if you had to pick your top 3 standouts, top two standouts, who would they be?
I love Burr.
Okay, Aaron Burr was good.
I always thought Burr was an asshole because I'm a real serious history major, and I heard about the duel and everything, but he brought a lot of humanity and reasoning behind Burr that I really appreciated. Now, hate all you want to. There were some dual roles, but man, my boy who was Jefferson in Lafayette, he was great. That's hard. He put work in, dude.
Yeah, he was good. My 2, Burr just misses. Obviously, Aaron Burr's great. I agree with you on Lafayette. Yeah. Thomas Jefferson, David Diggs, he was fantastic. He has to be up there. Mine was was Lawrence, the guy who played Lawrence.
Which one was Lawrence?
He was Alexander Hamilton's best friend, the one that died in battle, and he played his son as well.
And he played his son. He was great in that
I thought he was fantastic. Like, I feel like he had a little bit more meat as far as the side characters had. Like, I feel like he had a little bit more to chew into, and I thought he was fantastic. Like his singing performances when he was doing like the drinking toast and stuff like that. I thought he was really good. He brought a lot of energy to it. I really liked him. So he would be my other one. If I had to pick somebody different than Jefferson and Lafayette, I'd probably go with George Washington.
Oh, George Washington was outstanding.
He was great. He was fantastic. And then we haven't talked about him, but we have to give a shout out to the ladies of the play. They did a great job. The women were fantastic.
The oldest sister, she was in Altered Carbon.
Angelica.
Yeah, she's in Altered Carbon. I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, they all did their thing, but yeah, like Washington was great. The women in it were great. Just to wrap this up real quick, man, dude. How complex Hamilton was, man. This dude,
a lot of layers.
This dude, I want to just like spit it out real quick.
That's not true.
Lost his mom, lost his dad, lost his best friend, lost his only son, only child. And then lost his life. You know, yeah, dude, he's very complex, man.
Top 3 songs. Go.
Well, I love the opening song. How does it pour? The
Alexander
that's
Hamilton.
Good. And then Alexander Hamilton. And then I also loved King George's song.
You'll Be Back.
La da 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 da. I like every rendition of You'll Be Back was just really great.
Okay.
And then I really I liked Shots.
My Shot or
My Shot.
Okay. Those are all really good. I'm gonna try to be different because I would have picked.
But they're super inspirational to me. That's why I like them.
I like You'll Be Back, but I'm gonna pick some different because I do like all those songs too. One Last Time with George Washington and Alexander Hamilton is really good.
Mm-hmm.
The Room Where It Happens. I think that's one that Aaron Burr really shines in.
Yeah, I want to be in the room.
Yeah, that's my joint. That one's hard.
Because it's true.
And that's the one where I think you're like, all right, I understand why he's so angry because he's working. Like, Burr worked hard. Alexander Hamilton just had he had the breaks too.
Regular Scott, what about when Burr was like, yes, Commander Washington, and then Hamilton comes in, Burr, please leave the room.
He said, have you met Aaron Burr? Yes, we keep meeting.
Yes,
this is great. The hip hop is great. So yeah, those one last time, Rumor It Happens, and probably Satisfied's dope, man. When Angelica's going in and they do the rewind and all that Satisfied's pretty dope. I like that one. But
Satisfied is good, dude.
The Battle of Yorktown, I think that's really good, and that you kind of see the battle and they give you a history lesson, man, in the form of a song, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, dude. I like all of it. I'm downloading all the songs again.
Oz, I completely forgot about we had some Twitter polls.
Oh, okay.
But that's it for Hamilton. Definitely check that out on Disney Plus. I think this is the first time that we've reviewed two movies on the show, and they've both gotten good to great ratings.
And we were civil with each other, and
we were civil with that's how you know you got a good movie.
No, that's how you know. That's how you know you have a great fan.
That's true. Yo, another one. I can tell you which fan's not working, and that's my laptop fan because this computer is hot.
Oh, dude, that's sizzling.
This bad boy is hot.
It's talking binary code to your fan going, blow some air on me.
Golly.
Regular Scott, wrap it up.
So, Oz, we got 3 Twitter polls. Let me ask you. I told the people we were going to give them a Twitter poll. I don't know how many people are still with us, but I know we got a few left. So, Oz, do you want to do one of these 3, or should we save them for next week?
Can we do one of them right now, and then call it a night? So
we'll do one. We'll do the smallest one that had the fewest votes. I think that's a fair way of doing it. Last week we opened the show talking about beer and some of the beer we liked and how we don't like to drink piss. So I decided to go on Twitter, and who doesn't love talking about beer and comics? And I asked, which DC group would you rather grab a beer with? Your 4 choices were the Justice League, Titans, Suicide Squad, or the Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Is that what you think the people chose? Or is that what you're choosing?
Oh, sorry. Justice League.
Are you sure? Because maybe you should stick with your instincts.
No, Birds of Prey, because people are like, what's up with ladies? Yeah, Birds of Prey.
All right, and the people chose with 37% of the vote, the Justice League.
I knew.
Hey, of course, I talked you out of that one. You had it right.
Well, I know, and you know why? Because it's like I can get drunk with a bunch of superheroes as opposed to like 4 superheroes.
What do you think second place was with 26% of the vote? And listen, I know Oz has a Twitter, but I don't have to worry about him checking the polls. He didn't vote or retweet any of them, so he has no idea about them. Don't worry, everyone.
I was hiking in the mountains, dude.
He won't know next week either.
Yeah,
I'm getting my shots in now.
Hey, dude. Just
here we go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, you know what? I'm not going to be mean.
All right.
Hey, what are the 4? What are the 4 again?
So Justice League came in first. Got second place with 26%. You have the Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, and Titans.
Suicide Squad.
Titans.
Oh, why?
They trying to drink with Starfire.
I know. No one's trying to drink with Raven.
Nah, nobody's trying to drink with
Raven's all like.
No, they're like, yo, you're the one you cannot get drunk because you can't lose control.
Yeah, and then they're like, so wait, Cyborg, can you actually ingest liquids?
And look, Beast Boy, he can't get drunk because then he'll start changing into animals and don't know what he's changing into.
And don't no one want to see a drunk green bear.
And look, Dick Grayson, he can't drink because he got to drive everybody home.
He a teetotaler, dude. He wouldn't do it. That's terrible, man.
Guess who? And Birds of Prey came in last. Suicide Squad with 19, Birds of Prey with 18.
Well, it makes sense that the people want to agree with Suicide Squad. They're like, hey, rounds on them.
Couple Twitter comments from Doctor of Doomonomics at Franco2918. Can't drink with the Suicide Squad since I don't feel like getting stabbed. The Justice League would be boring. Were I single, I'd probably like to hang out with the Birds of Prey, but that's creepy, and I'd either get laughed at or punched to the floor. So I guess that leaves me with the Titans, who are a fun crew.
Geez, self-esteem. I mean, I'd be like, yo, ladies, what's up? I got beer. Let's get. Hey, what's up, Black Canary?
And then you would be the one that would end up punched in on the floor.
Nah, I'd be the one like, yo, Barbara.
Imaginary Ramblings at Podcast IR. I chose Justice League because Martian Manhunter, obviously.
You want to get drunk with Martian Manhunter?
I guess so. Matt Vroom at Vroomation. Which team am I most likely able to join? Oh, so he's trying to join a team. They'll always take members on the Suicide Squad.
Well, yeah, but I thought we were drinking, and he's like, okay.
A job application.
I'll be your designated driver.
JVD of the Villains Demand, our good friend, at Villains Demand. I just want to be there for the drinking contest between Captain Boomerang and Killer Croc.
There is no drinking contest between Captain Boomerang and Killer Croc.
Rebecca Haslam at Gig Tripper 86 said Harley, alcohol, fun night with a winky face.
No, she gonna kill somebody, dude.
Listen, the people have spoken. You obviously don't have a pulse on the people, so.
No, I do not. I have no pulse, but
you have a pulse.
But I have a pulse, and my fan does not pulsate. So.
All right. Final blow time.
What final blow.
Final blow.
Wow. No.
Are you speechless?
Here.
Do you not have nothing to say?
No. I want to keep it related. Man, I really super enjoyed watching Hamilton. It was long, but man, it was like, again, it made me really appreciate being an American.
Hey, I couldn't get 2 minutes for the intermission. Like, I know I can pause it and stuff, but like, you couldn't give me 2 minutes, 60 seconds.
Dude, they call it a 1 minute intermission.
You couldn't give me 2 minutes. I can't even go get a drink in a minute.
Regular Scott, what is anybody doing in 1 minute for an intermission?
And look, I don't want to pause it because I don't want to mess up the momentum. So I'm like, yo, can I get 2 or 3 minutes?
No, but see, I sound like a jerk, but I'm being serious. What are the actors doing for a minute? There ain't nobody doing anything for a minute. They turn the lights off and on, and it has to be longer than a minute.
They get more time in between songs on stage during the play than they did during intermission.
Yeah, dude. Literally, the person who invented the minute was like, "Hey, wait, no, you'll need a couple more of those, dude."
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your final blow, Hamilton. Keep going.
Hamilton made me proud. And all jokes aside, Hamilton made me, it reinvigorated what it meant for me to be an American, and it touched me. It was good. I want to ride the feeling, but it was good.
Well, don't go around saying Hamilton touched you because that's weird.
They're going to be like, wait, what's his name? I was like, oh.
Yeah, what's his name? Who did what? Who did what? So for my final blow, I'm going to give a big shout out to the Cool Master, my partner over here. He's been with us going strong the whole show.
He's not cool. No, he's a master because he just has been like monopolizing your time, but he's not cool. That dude is like Yo, you mind if I keep it at a nice crispy 88?
Oh man, but
Ray Scott said, "Okay."
Oh, I didn't say anything.
And by the way, I'm gonna be really loud too. That's cool with me.
It ain't even been that loud. Has it been that loud?
Okay, wait. Are you fighting the Red Baron right now?
I'm fighting the Kraken.
Okay. I want to make sure. Are you coming into re-entry right now? Because yes, you look hot, dude.
First of all, you can't see me, so you don't know what the hell I look like. Dude,
your Skype is emitting heat waves, okay?
Whatever.
I dare you to go get a COVID thermometer testing right now. Oh my god! This dude's temperature is 1,000 degrees.
They would admit me on spot.
Dude, they would quarantine the whole state right now from you.
What neighborhood you're in? Okay, let's block that off. Can I get 4 cop cars to block that whole neighborhood off, please? No one in or out next 2 weeks. Listen, back to my final blow. Obviously, I'd love to give a shout out. We were guests, and our episode is up on the Villains Demand podcast on their website. You can find them anywhere. Definitely check JVD and Evan the Great out. I'll also want to give a shout out to the Fusion Fandom podcast with JVD and our good friend Hawk the Horrible, who's a big supporter of this show as well. So check out the whole Villains Demand crew. I have been renamed the Lex Luthor over there on that podcast.
Mr. Sinister too.
Mr. Sinister as well. So I can deal with both of those names. Lex is fine. I'm not going bald though.
But you, okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm fighting it. I'm gonna fight it as long as I can.
Okay.
But yeah.
Why you letting that fan blow in your bald spot then?
Because it feels good. It keeps me cool. But yeah, definitely check those guys out. Check out the Batman Gauntlet. It was a lot of fun to be on there. Oz and myself had a good time. Oz was on his best behavior. He actually kept the score right this time. We did good.
Only because you threatened me multiple times. So
got to do what I got to do. We don't know what we're going to talk about next week. We had a plan for last week. We have no idea what we're going to talk about next week. So actually, if you have a topic, let us know. We might talk about it. Oz, tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
As usual, people, peace and chicken grease.
Oh, I'm surprised you actually said your line this time. And y'all have a good time, because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Me and the fan.
And the fan says peace.
Why are you coming at my fan?
I know it's 2 against 1, you and the fan against me, but I'm just saying, dude.
One more shot's fired before we go.
No, but seriously, hey, don't listen to the fan. The fans up there. Hey, Regular Scott, all you need is just me. That's all you need.
I'm still recording, right?
Oh.
Peace!
Hey, this is Ken M.
Padawan J.
Coach Duffy. From the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour podcast. Every week, the ODPH is talking sports, movies, TV, comics, and more. It's always a parlay of topics on each episode. You can find the ODPH on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and wherever you find great podcasts, such as the one you're listening to right now. Don't forget to check out OchoDuroParlayHour.com, where you can find the links to all of the ODPH social media accounts, links to the bands whose music you hear each week on the show, hashtag 607 podcast info, and parlay points, our companion blog section of the show. Thanks for listening to the ODPH. Now get back to your regularly scheduled podcast.